Race Radio Network, 95.9 and 106.3 Mix FM.
13 degrees in Melbourne. Possible showers developing. A top today, 17. 9 o'clock. Good morning. I'm David Armstrong. Protesters are attempting to disrupt the third and final day of the Land Forces Defence Expo at the Exhibition Centre. This morning, one protester has cemented herself to the back of a car, blocking traffic on the Kingsway Bridge. Christina Hearn is there.
It's actually a protester at the back who has actually chained herself to the car. Now, police actually seem to be moving this car with her actually still chained to it at the back. They have been using power tools to try and remove her. You can see there is a huge police presence here. We're not far from the convention centre, only about a 5-minute walk, but protesters can't get near the convention centre.
And another man has been smashing windows of passing vehicles. A gunman's opened fire on a tobacconist in Melbourne's north, the third attack on the store in a matter of months. It's believed shots were fired from a vehicle as it drove past the tobacco shop on Bel Air Avenue in Glenroy at around 11:30 last night. A group of people were inside the shop at the time, but they'd fled before police arrived. A van was torched outside the same store last month. The shop itself set alight back in May. Well, Melbourne's property market's being described as having less life than a Tobin Brothers funeral parlour. One of the country's biggest developers says the state government's taxed the property industry to the hilt. Nigel Satley is considering banking the huge tracts of land that he owns in Victoria. He anticipates prices will soften for years to come. And property expert Nicole Jacobs says Victoria's property market is bucking the national trend.
We are the only state that is in a state of flux of going nowhere. And it's really bizarre because Melbourne is one of the most livable cities in the world. And yet we're being hamstrung at the moment by taxes.
The driver of a stolen Toyota RAV4 is on the run after crashing into a home at Rosanna. Car was travelling along Southern Road when it left the roadway and crashed through the front wall of a house on Waiora Road shortly before 1. The male driver ran from the scene before emergency services arrived. 2 people were inside at the time, but they were not injured. Working from home has saved Australians $85 billion. Most of that money's been saved in the daily commute. Data confirming Melburnians are still not spending as much on public transport or running their vehicles as they did before the pandemic. It's also given people several hours a week extra freedom, which has led to an unexpected economic stimulus. The number of women choosing to freeze their eggs has doubled. Almost 7,000 women underwent the IVF treatment in 2022. That is up from 3,500 in 2020. Doctors say fertility preservation's on the rise as IVF success rates increase. Overseas, residents in Los Angeles have been rocked by a 4.7 magnitude earthquake. It struck about 7 kilometres north of Malibu, was felt more than 70 kilometres away. Donald Trump has ruled out another showdown with US Vice President Kamala Harris. The former leader taking to social media saying there will be no third debate. But Ms. Harris says that wouldn't be fair.
I believe we owe it to the voters to have another debate.
The Democratic nominee has seen a post-debate boost in latest polling. She's now ahead of her opponent by 5 points in national data.
Ford, the Southwest's home of the next-gen Ranger. Book your test drive today.
Port Adelaide coach Ken Hinkley's adamant his job is not on the line tonight if the Powers suffer another straight sets at finals exit. Port has made 2 changes for tonight's semi against Hawthorn, bringing in Todd Marshall and Josh Sim. Hawks veteran Luke Bruce to play his 300th game. Jai Sarong comes in for defender Sam Frost. For tomorrow night's clash, Lions defender Jack Payne has been named to take on GWS. Toby Bedford returns for the Giants. The Matildas will contest their last 2 matches of the year in Victoria. The Tillies will take on Chinese Taipei in friendlies at Amy Park and Geelong in December. The Supercars Championship shifting to endurance mode, practice getting underway at Sandown today. Australia's won its second group stage tie at the Davis Cup, beating the Czech Republic 3-0. 9:05. That's the latest news and sport.
The Southwest has plenty of jobs on offer. Find out more at ourlocaljobs.com.au. Or if you have job opportunities, let us know at ourlocaljobs.com.au.
The next time you try a McCafe coffee, you'll be enjoying the delicious taste of Australia's most popular barista-made coffee. Just one of many reasons to try McCafe.
Welcome to your life. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Everybody wants to rule the world. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Mix FM local news.
JS Ag. Call Jack for all your agricultural needs. Find JS Ag on Facebook.
Online, on your smartphone and on the air.
I'm Jessie Laing with your local news headlines. Tonight we anchor in Apollo Bay is coming to the Mechanics Hall for 6 performances starting Friday the 20th of September. Apollo Bay's Sally Cannon says tickets are now available.
The Apollo Bay Theatre Collective is a group of locals that put on plays, and they've announced their next play, which is called Tonight We Anchor in Apollo Bay. It's commencing Friday the 20th of September.
And in sport, it's preliminary final time in CDFNL netball with 1 spot remaining in next weekend's grand final. Illawarra Biak are set to take on South Colac to find out who will face off against Alvey next weekend. That's the latest in local news and sport.
G'day, Sean here from Re7s. Drop in and check out the range of crone mowers, rakes and tedders with structured finance from 0.9%. Terms and conditions apply. Come and speak to the Re7s team today.
Your partner in farming since 1951.
For fiberglass pool installations, equipment sales and servicing, and pool cleans, visit apollopools.com.au.
Mix FM weather.
Your 4-day forecast for the southwest. Cloudy with showers expected tonight and westerly winds getting up to 20 k's an hour. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with showers and a top of 12. Cloudy on Sunday, expecting 13. And cloudy with a possible shower for Monday and 15. Colac, Camperdown and Cobden heading for 16 today. Apollo Bay and the coast, 17.
Search for local jobs at ourlocaljobs.com.au.
Right now, it's 9 degrees.